If you had the ear of President Aliyev, what would you tell him? What would you advise him at this point?
Well, that'd be a bit presumptuous of me, but I would say if he was to call a halt now, then the international community could have no quarrel with him. Well, they could quarrel some of the attacks on Karabakh and on civilians, but they would have no quarrel saying that he is basically, the Azerbaijani army has basically liberated recaptured lands that were lost, and you know, no one has any doubt that they belong to Azerbaijan, and negotiations could resume on a much more serious level. So I think, you know, you know, it could. There are some pretty bad scenarios out there, clearly for the Armenians, but also for Azerbaijan as well. The longer this goes on, possibly some kind of Russian involvement, dangerous as that might be, much more bloodshed. I mean, Azerbaijan has obviously not been releasing its military casualty figures, because I think once it does, it's going to be a huge shock to the nation, the idea that maybe several thousand people, young men, have died. And also the possibilities of, as we've already discussed, of Armenian retaliation. So if we talk about that there was Armenian hubris back in the 1990s, the way that they said we've won a military victory, I think Azerbaijan should also beware of hubris now to try and pursue a full military victory. I don't believe there can be a full military victory in this conflict, which, you know, after all, goes back a whole century.
What about Prime Minister Pashinyan? What would you say to him at this point?
I'd say call for unconditional negotiations. Absolutely try and put an absolute stop on any Armenian strikes on Azerbaijani towns. Just, you know, speak up for peace. You know, he obviously can't admit he's wrong, but he's made many mistakes. But try and unwind some of the many mistakes he's made.
Well, let's hope they take some of your advice.
I don't think
they may listen. Well, it seems like many analysts like yourself and experts in the area have made similar suggestions, that people that I've talked to have made similar suggestions, that it's time to slow down and think about how war is the very worst negotiating tactic there happens to be in the entire world. Well, thank you, Tom Duvall.
Thank you.